it, you never really know when you're live with this system. It's, oh my God, it's kind of aggravating.
I hate going on Facebook Live. Absolutely drives me crazy.
Right? Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 124 of the Maritime Milson Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell, and with me I have only one co-host. He's not even a co-host. Well, he's a co-host, but he's a guest part because he's sometimes here and sometimes not. Because he's got a YouTube channel to run. Anyways, we have Nightmare PB in with us.
You never seem excited to have me on the show anymore. I'm kind of disappointed with that.
That's because I've seen too much of you this year.
Well, you did see me this past weekend, and that was way more than enough.
Fantastic weekend. Absolutely amazing weekend.
I think it was a good weekend. I like how you're sitting there drinking cider, and I'm drinking a Neo Citron. First off, I just like to point that out.
It's getting better as I drink
it. It's funny that you say that because I feel the exact same way about my Neo Citron.
Yeah, mine ends up in a more fun result.
What, you start slurring your speech on a podcast?
I can do that sober.
Hey, I've been watching this podcast more than long enough to know how long it takes you to start slurring on this show.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Trust me, it is not long.
No, it's disgusting. So, I should have gotten into class.
Should have gotten into class.
Cheers, Tim.
Ooh, we have some viewers already, do we?
We do. So,
shall we interact with your viewers a little bit?
We've got Tim. We got Will. Yeah. Will's always around. Will's always watching. And you.
And me. I can be a cool dude.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this past weekend was, if you notice, actually, we're gonna take a second here because we're gonna show this off because I'm kind of proud of it. I'll hate it tomorrow, but I love it right now. If you look on the right hand side, we decided to display the show schedule and the topic we're talking about. How cool is that? Also, we got the sweet spinning logo. Thanks to Nightmare.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm an audio guy, not a video guy. Except to do a live video podcast. You think I get better with video, but I don't. So, excuse me.
Maybe next week we'll have the spinning logo a little bit more centered in the on the screen. But
maybe.
That's a next week problem. Even though I won't be here next week. I'm working nights, so yeah. I'll make you, Tuna, and Guardian look good if Guardian ever gets his computer fixed.
If he ever does, yeah. That's a future Brad problem. That is.
Future. This seems like a problem for future Brad.
Right. So, thank you, Chuck. We're trying. Bit of a slump happened. Coming out of it, everything's going upwards. It's going to be glorious. Can't wait. Give us a month. Wait till you see this podcast in a month. There's a big change coming in a month, and
I'm excited. Can't wait to see what you have planned for the podcast in a month.
Can't wait. Big change happened. It's going to be awesome. So, as you can see on the right-hand side, we're going to talk about the winners of the Maritime MAGFed League this weekend was the finals. It was... So let's list off the teams. We had MSOB. We had JTU, which is the other half of MSOB. Yeah, we'll get there in a second there, bud. We'll get there.
I'm hanging it up. Leave me alone.
We had the Wolverines. We had the Blood Eagles. We had Hawaii 668. Yeah, Hawaii 68. And God, I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I don't think I am, though. No, 5
Eagles...
teams.
Okay, yeah, 5. Yeah.
5 teams.
Apparently we can count this week. Hell yeah.
Right, apparently.
We have passed math.
So we had 5 teams. And MSOB was on top. They came in first place. So Nightmare here was on Team MSOB. So
yes,
he and his team, which was made up of Guardian and Tuna, and I forget his first name, Matt.
Yes,
Buddy Matt, and then one other fella.
Oh God, myself, Tuna, Jason, and Matt, and Liam,
and Liam. Yes. Right, Liam, who congrats.
Oh, we also had Mike as well. Mike was our backup at times.
Right,
he was our backup for event 1 and 2.
Yes, absolutely. So fantastic job. They came in first place. Now the competition's over, and because I'm the one saying it, not them, because if they were to say it, it's kind of being a dick. If I say it, it's just stating fact, is that they were so far ahead in points going into the third final event. There was 3 installments going into the final event. These boys worked hard for this too. They worked damn hard for this. Is that they were so far ahead in points that you guys were basically guaranteed first place unless you didn't show up.
Yeah.
Right? Because you smashed the points in event 1.
Yeah, event 1 really set the tone for us on that. Going in, having a game plan for our home field really gave us an advantage. We planned some things out. We worked our lines for a couple of weeks. We said when we play the Maritime Magfed League, this is how it's going to happen. We're going to go from here to here to here. And we planned it. We executed. And when things went wrong, we adapted and overcame.
Yep.
I think overall the entire day, we only lost 1 match, but we were never defeated in points.
Right. Yeah.
So the only game we lost was to Hawaii 6-8, who did end up eliminating me as the final player. But in that game, we scored more points. Yep. So we knew to go in and play the points game, not the eliminations game.
Right, and that was the whole point of the MML. Right?
Yeah, it's to teach you how to work the objective, how to play an objective, and not just eliminate the entire freaking team.
Yeah, and it makes for a more interesting game. It was a fantastic time. Spectating this was amazing. Spike's Paintball, who we'll talk about Spike's Paintball later. But Spike's Paintball did an amazing, has an amazing field. The portion that we played in was so easy for people to just plop a lawn chair along the edge of the field. There was thick, heavy netting in front, right? So you didn't have to worry about paint coming through the net at you or nothing. First strike's not going to bore its way through or something. But you got to sit there, you got to watch the game. It was the closest thing to a spectator sport that MagFed I've ever seen get to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, man. It was really cool. One of the coolest things I felt playing in the league was when you were, especially at the halfway point of the main objective, there was a little half plexiglass wall, and while you're busy doing your thing, you can also hear people talking and cheering you on, and the oohs and the ahs and the cringe moments and all that fun stuff.
The cringe moments.
Yeah, the cringe moments.
No, it was a ton of fun, right? It was so cool though to hear people cheering you on, and it was just surreal. Now, I mean, I'm sure speedballers are like, whatever, we hear that all the time, So, but for MagFed players, that's different.
Yeah, it's something you don't see us getting, that kind of attention, that kind of spotlight, if you will. And I thought it was a really neat, a very neat way to play. I really enjoyed it. Like I said last week, I can't get enough of the Maritime Magfed League, and it sucks that it's over. Really, really, really proud of the boys and all the work they put in, all the shenanigans we put up with each other, and the support from both JTU and MSOB was incredible. Yep. It felt like we were all just one team, but honestly, in all reality, we were 2 separate teams.
Right, we were technically competing. The proof of the camaraderie was when my marker possibly went down. I still haven't quite figured out what the hell happened there. But went down. So I ended up having to borrow. Whose Milsig did I borrow?
I think it was Tuna's. I think you ended up borrowing his M17.
Right. I borrowed his M17, but I borrowed Ashton's tank, and I borrowed Matt's barrel.
Yeah. Hey, I'll add to that one. And then on the team, what's his name? Oh, I always keep forgetting. Matt borrowed one of the sorry, I'm tripping over my own words here. Matt borrowed a steel tank from one of the Hawaii 6-8 guys as well. So there was just gear being lent to everybody. It's oh, your stuff's going down. Here, have some of mine. Oh, your gear's going down too, and here's some of mine. Try it out.
Yeah.
So on the field, your opponents, your enemies, your everything that you hate about the other team. But as soon as that horn blows for the second time, that's it. Everyone's high five, cheers. Sometimes the heat's a little high after a game, but that's just the adrenaline speaking.
Right.
But soon after, tempers come down, and it's all just high fives.
There was any competition you go to, anything, especially paintballers, we're very passionate people. Any game with competition based on it, there's going to be a bit of trash talking, there's a bit of shit talking at the end, but ultimately, I chalk it up to the heat of the moment. the fact that it's a competition, it puts people in a weird mindset. But everyone shook hands and congratulated everybody at the end of the day. That was the important part, right? So it was really nice. It really balanced out and everything, and everyone had a blast.
It was great to see a lot of people traveling for this event too. Like some of the Wolverines that didn't compete showed up just to watch and support. We had people travel in just to watch us play.
Yep.
We had some of the little kids that were had a birthday party, and some of the guys from a bachelor party stop by and watch us. It was
poor Ian got surrounded by children.
Oh my God. He was the living definition of the Jolly Green Giant.
He really was. They all came up to his knee. And he had the TMC. So we'll set the scene. So Ian, as we call him here on the East Coast, is too tall because he really is too tall. The man is just shy of 7 feet.
Oh, give or take.
Right? The guy's a small giant. And so there was a kid's birthday party going on, and he's got the TMC, and he just coming back from the chrono. And this one little one points out and just yells. He's like, "Oh, is that an M16?" And of course, all the kids rush over to look at it, and he ends up getting surrounded. So right then and there, he's just like, "Yeah, so this is a TMC made by Tippmann," and he check it out. Here, hold it, try the mag, and he's giving it to the kids so they could try it out and everything. And all the kids are having a blast, looking at the marker, touching it. 7 feet, you can't teach that. No, Frank, you sure can't. Yet the man is a
and
giant.
You can't teach that. Yes, I get the reference.
He's
well, in case you have the technical know-how, I just sent you the picture for reference. So if you have any way of putting that up on the screen for all the people who aren't listening to the podcast.
It's going to mess some stuff up for a second, but I'm going to get this on here.
All right, you go ahead and cover my face up all you want, but
Nope.
The scene was amazing just to see all these happy little kids seeing that beautiful Tippmann TMC, and it was just, like I said, it was a thing of giants, honestly.
It really was. Yeah, give me 2 seconds here. I'll have the image up in just a
yeah, as you can tell, I'm kind of just trying to ramble on and create non-dead space by spacing out my words and speaking very slowly, while you seem to do your thing behind the scenes and end up getting pictures on your computer. How about that for a run-on sentence?
Is it ready
yet?
No, not yet. 2 seconds.
Oh, come on.
Almost there.
You are the slowest. I'm just sitting here playing with a first strike round and one of the red ones. Give the fans something else to look at.
One of the red ones. Honestly.
And one of the red training rounds. These things are freaking awesome. Check this out. These are great for sighting in your first strike ready markers.
Right.
They're great.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Too Tall educating the kids. Okay, so I guess they weren't up to his knee, but near.
Almost, pretty much his waist.
Yeah, that's when they spotted it, and all the kids came rushing over. It was awesome. It was hilarious.
That is phenomenal, man.
Right. The guy's fantastic. Yeah, Ian does an amazing job of. You talk about. We're gonna go slightly off topic. This is where we need that off topic button that you mentioned that we talked about.
Just flashing in the top corner.
Yeah,
off topic.
You talk about people being ambassadors to the sport and being being the player that grows the sport. As much as I hate to say that, Ian is that guy.
He is. He really is. Doesn't matter who you are on the field. He will come up to you. He will say hi. If you're having a problem with your marker, he will help you out. If you want to know something about anything, he will take the time to show you. If you were, I don't know, if you needed the shirt off his back, I'm sure he would be the guy to give it to you.
Oh, probably. It wouldn't
just
fit,
a wonderful person.
But, I'm telling you,
nice.
Man, if I grabbed a T-shirt off that man's back, put it on, it would be a dress for me. It must go down to my knees. I'm just so short compared to him. I still remember the day tromping through Mersey Road on that field, following him. I just felt like some kid following his dad in the woods. He's just so much taller than me.
Man, I've got videos of me and him playing next to one another, and it's just you see him shooting over the top of bunkers while I'm shooting around them, and then I just look up at him damn, dude.
But for being so tall, he can hide behind a bunker like nobody's business.
Hey, man, he does play for one of the top MagFed teams in Nova Scotia, so
it's true.
That says something about the caliber of player that man is. For being a big guy, that guy can move and he can play some goddamn ball.
Absolutely. We got a bunch of people in watching. We got we got a Gingy. Gingy's here. We got Rob Bidnos. Rob, what's up, buddy? Miss you. Chris Shefflow, because he never misses a show. Roger Raffus. Dude, saw that pipe that you got? Magnificent looking.
Shout out to Jonathan Worrell, MCS representing in the house. Welcome to the show, buddy.
And Mike Reed, what's happening, buddy? I've seen you pop in and out a few times. So
awesome. You know what? Before we go any further, this usually works, and I'm always one for trolling on the MCS live streams, the MagFed Weekly. If you haven't checked it out, it's every Wednesday on the MCS page. I want everybody who's watching the show right now, that means all 16 of you, to just slam that like button or any emoticon on the screen as much as you can. I want to see nothing but non-stop like faces, thumbs up, and whatever else just scattering across the screen.
Yeah, let's get that rolling.
Let's do that right now.
Dread
I want
Camp
everybody.
does it single-handedly. So yeah, there goes Adam. I knew Adam.
Adam's going. Jonathan's going. Look at that. See, that is what it's all about. That is what we call a like spike in the live stream community. And thank you very much to everybody who just did that.
The one angry face floating by.
I like the sad one. The sad one made my day. Look at that. Did I just see a flower float by?
I think we did. Where did the flower come from?
I thought that was a Mother's Day thing.
I don't know. That was great.
That's awesome. Thank you guys very much. You guys are awesome.
Gerald joined by, we got, Gerald McIntosh joined in as well. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that like spike.
I love it. I love it, man.
So the MML, ultimately, you guys won. Who's got the trophy right now? Who has the trophy?
Tuna has the trophy. I was expecting him to be on the show this week and displaying the trophy in all of its glory, but unfortunately he's sick, so I knew I should have jacked it when I left the car.
Well, who's going to have it next week?
I don't think we're going to do it on a weekly basis. It's probably going to be an over-the-time thing. So one thing we want to do is have it displayed prominently at Seabreeze every so often, because I do think that they are a huge reason as to why we won. They allow us to play there, practice there, and like we said earlier, like if it wasn't for the score that we got at the very start of the season, we probably wouldn't have ended up where we were.
No, that's true. Because it was tight.
Very tight. All the other positions, so close.
Yeah, it was hard.
Like for the remaining four teams, it was literally like neck and neck all season long. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was fantastic. It was exactly what we wanted. So, you guys came first. We'll get that. We'll get that trophy. Will be on the podcast next week. We'll get to show it off just for a few minutes, just so everyone can see the glory of it. It is a legit silver trophy. Very professional, very nice, and I like it. I really like it. So, overall, the MML was good.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone had any complaints. There was nothing that the MML could have controlled that could be fixed for next year, other than maybe a little bit of tweaking. We always need more refs, not better refs, just more of them.
Oh yeah, you can never have too many refs, right?
Right. And I think there's something like that in the works, so I really hope that comes out for them. And
I think the only thing I would change, it was cool that we did it, but I wouldn't recommend it again. Is the nighttime playing?
Yeah, the playing.
It was so cool. It was like I've never played paintball in the dark before, and I thought it was the neatest thing ever. But for competition, I like to see where my paint's going. It added a weird dynamic that I liked at first, but then I was like, So this is cool, but I'm not sure. But this is also coming from a YouTube perspective as well, because all my footage is unusable.
I'll come
I'm thinking of something to do with it.
And I don't wear a camera, so I don't need to worry about lighting. Playing in the night, playing in the dark is an adrenaline rush. I played a night game at PRZ 1 year. That was really fun. The playing in the dark is an absolute rush because you don't know. You could literally crawl into a bush and vanish, right? Anybody could be hiding anywhere, and that's the adrenaline rush to it. When it comes to competition, the only thing I didn't like about the dark was that you couldn't tell. Like the refs would have a hard time telling if there was a paint hit or not.
Yeah.
Right. So playing in the dark was really neat. I think if you did playing in the dark, but if you had more powerful floodlights, so that you casted huge shadows, but you had huge chunks of the field lit up.
That would be kind of neat.
That would add dynamic to it, right? Because then you've almost got like non-physical bunkers. You can hide in the shadow, but you're also totally exposed. So that's the night game is really cool. I think if we're going to do another night game for the MML, it needs to be tweaked a little bit. But I'm glad we did it.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
I was so glad. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was an absolute blast. Now, total highlight of the trip, absolute highlight of the trip is we discovered that cheese samosas are a thing. and Tuna ordered, was it matzo sticks, and ended up with a dozen of them?
Oh, yeah. They were so good.
What was the name of the restaurant? I forget now. Riders. Something
Riders.
Outback.
Outback Riders. I don't know.
Outback Riders.
David Harris says they were delicious. And Blake is saying the craziest experience he's ever had was at the night game at Platoon Leader.
I bet. That'd be intense.
That'd be way different.
Right? Absolutely amazing. So, MML, fantastic time.
Absolutely.
No serious complaints. What I really liked, though, is coming off the field, there was not a lot of grumblings of cheaters.
Yeah, I like that. That was really nice to see. Like, nobody was really hurt about anything that really happened that day.
Nope.
It was very professional. Like, I thought everything that happened was perfect. And honestly, like, I wouldn't have changed a thing. Nope. I had a blast. And
the only reason I got grumpy on the field, or actually coming off the field, was just for whatever reason, where the paintball hit me on my back was a soft spot, and it just hurt a lot more than it should have. So I was just like, it was just like snap. I was like, God, Jesus Lord, son of a like, just got angry at the fact that it hurt that much. Not that I was hit. It was just, but it was one of those things. But yeah. So all in all, we can go in circles about this. The MML was a fantastic time. We're going to transition over to, look at that, the power of video.
I love the power of video. We're going to be talking about playing at Spike's Paintball in general.
Yeah. So Spike's Paintball, amazing field.
Very dynamic. Like, I mean, how many fields does the guy have? I think they said 14.
Yeah, somewhere between 11 and 14. Those two numbers pop into my head. And the way, so you drive in there in the road, and I really wish I had taken pictures or video of the rest of the field, but it was being used by rental players, and I didn't want to interrupt them, so I was like, I'm just going to move along. Gingy says 11, so let's go with his number.
All right.
So you drive up the road, you're in the staging area. You guys got picnic tables and built structures with roofs, keep you out of the sun. And but to top it all off, the fact you're actually surrounded by fields.
You know what that reminds me of? Long Reach.
Yeah.
I always love the fields that where you drive in on the driveway, you park, you walk in, and all of a sudden it's like netted instantly. You're like, this is interesting.
Yeah, you're surrounded by the field. Really, really nice layout. He's building I don't know if it's professional grade, but it's definitely a very well done speedball field with turf and everything. That'll be nice. And it'll look really, really nice. It's gonna have all fresh to him turf. The rest of his fields looked amazing. They look huge.
I wish I would have spent more time looking around at the other fields. I saw a few of them, but I really wish I would have spent more time, because I can honestly say I'd probably want to go back just as a group walk-on day. Like, if maybe next summer or something like that, just get a whole bunch of guys together. If Gingy can give us the hookup again and maybe like do some camping in the backyard again, or even just camping.
Huge shout out to Gingy for letting me crash on the couch, because I don't think my tent was waterproof. So
I think we both read Rob's comment.
We both read the comment at the same time. That I'm not going to showcase that video on the podcast until I get someone's permission, because we're all going to laugh at it. And
it was so funny. I will highlight it on my channel at some point. But it probably more towards the end of the year when I do my top fails video.
Yeah,
or even just an episode of Bonus Ball. I don't know.
I'm glad he was okay. But not gonna lie, when I watched the video again today, I laughed, and then I watched it again.
It's
the third time.
Better with sound.
Oh my God, is it ever?
The thud that he makes when he hits it. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So funny. Can I post a link?
Yeah, sure.
Gingy, it's your call, bud. You want to post the link, you post the link. I'm not saying yes or no.
Hey, it gives his channel a little bit of publicity, right, and also to mention it's from my GoPro because Gingy was wearing my sweaty ass mask.
Yeah,
that was brave.
So his field is great. I love his chrono station. It's
why did we not take more pictures?
Because we were too busy. We're terrible documenters.
We got to start documenting more of what we do.
We really do. We just wear the GoPros at all times. So his chrono, when you sit there at the chrono and you fire the paintball marker into it, it's basically a big tube, and then it's got a bunch of steel wool, and then it's a 90-degree angle turned down, and it goes into like a bucket.
Yeah. And then he eventually just like dumps the gelatin shell into the forest afterwards, like once or twice a year.
It's like a big chunk of it. And he's just like, and he's done. Looks like Blake's posting as a podcast. I wore mine for his last game as well. I did wear Blake's mask and GoPro, and that's actually when I managed to get hold of the objective and score a flag. So, woo! So, except I'm using his marker, wearing his mask and his GoPro, so I don't know if you can actually tell it's me. He'll probably just steal it and be like, "Yeah, I did that." And but really great chrono station. I really like this setup.
But I will say one thing: dude needs a new chrono.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I don't think there's anything wrong with my TGR.
Yeah, the spikes, like I've played with some oblong paintballs before, but I can never say that I've had a consistent plus or 20 minus jump in FPS every time I chrono. Yeah. That chrono looks like it's seen some better days, and I heard a little bit of murmurs that it's been dropped a few times. So objects like that tend to need to be calibrated or well maintained. That thing has definitely been shot and dropped a few times, so it's probably lost its preciseness.
Perhaps.
Because I know when I was on the field, I was shooting my marker, and I was like, this marker does not sound like it usually does. And I was running it the same way I always do. 4.68, same tank, same reg, same barrel, same sizers. So I was like, there is something wrong. I was like, this gun is loud today. I'm like, but when I chronoed, it said I was going 240 to 260 to 270. So I was like, okay, I'm well within range according to that chrono. But I'm like, I get the feeling this is this is shooting hot.
Yeah. So that might be something that needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
Now, the guy's got a neat setup. He's got a great setup. So his idea is that, like, so if we went as group players, ourselves, as regular players, bring our own gear, right? He says we can show up at his field with our own gear and our own paint. He doesn't charge a field fee, and he doesn't charge an air fee for us if we show up as like a group of 10, 15 people. 20 people, it doesn't matter. We show up, we can take a field, we go out as a group, we can play, we can shoot whatever paint we want, then we come back off, and we go our merry way without spending a dime at his field. Because his mentality is that by us doing that, we then spread the word of his field, and then he gets bachelor parties, he gets, work parties, birthday parties, stuff like that, and that's where he makes his money. And it's a really neat mentality where the man's field is making money. At least it's making enough money for the field to be maintained. He was telling me that every dollar the field makes is that invested back into the field. So if that's upgrading the field, updating the netting, building new bunkers, paying the guys to mow the lawn, pay for gas, pay for power bill, stuff like that. So he's obviously not going to retire with this paintball field, but the man is an absolute dedicated player first and a field owner second.
And it's great to see that. You don't see that kind of dedication too often anymore.
Right, and I love that he's found the middle ground. He's got that golden opportunity where he can run a field and not have to worry about making money off it because he's got a day job and all that supports him. But his field is very well maintained. The bunkers are not, you go to some fields and the bunkers are kind of greasy and they're stained, falling apart. His are not. His are fresh, cleaned. Some of them look like they've been repainted. He's got some really cool stuff happening in his field. It's really nice. And he's not wrong that we leave that field talking about we need to go back and we need to bring more people.
Oh yeah, definitely have to go back, man. It was such a good field.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude was like but everything super nice too. Like, I mean, yeah, a little out of the way. The funniest thing about going to his field was driving down that like residential road, and I'm like, I don't see where you would put a paintball field.
Like houses going by, and you're like, what the hell? I'm in somebody's neighborhood. What the hell? And then suddenly it's just like Spike's Paintball, open.
Yeah.
Okay. And the dude owns it's probably old farmland.
Yeah, our brakes were slammed pretty hard, and we're like, oh God, there it is.
I missed it. I had to turn around.
You know what? Did we turn around? I can't. No, we definitely hit the brakes and then went in.
Yeah. No, it was just, God, it's a nice field. I can't wait to go back. I want to go back.
Oh, me neither. Such a good field.
Right? And the fact that hopefully next year, I say we go again next year, we go for 2 days.
Uh-huh.
Right? I say we bring a big bunch of people. Hopefully Gingy doesn't mind that we're going to crash at his cottage. And we show up and we hit the field. And then maybe, because the plan was to hit that field and then hit Crossfire, and we didn't get to do it.
The weather rained that one out.
Yeah. Except it was beautiful on the drive home.
I know. I was so disappointed. There was quite a few people that were looking forward to us showing up there that day.
Damn. I was pissed. Like, we're driving along, and I'm like, By the time we hit the bridge, it was like sunny out.
Yeah.
I had the AC running. Anyways. But field owner, amazing guy. Amazing man. Super helpful. You know, he's just straight up dude. Oh, what's this now? Keep an eye on my old Roger Rafuse. Keep an eye on my old school page for pics from the Atlantics at Spikes. Did you guys have lobster supper at the field after the tournament? No. What's this about? With lobster? He didn't tell us we could have lobster supper. We should do that next time. We should bring our own lobsters, or bring our own water. We'll just go get like PEI lobsters. Sounds like an idea.
Oh man. Well, I live in Nova Scotia anyway, so I mean, getting lobster is not a huge deal to us.
Yeah. See, I've got this slightly off topic, but my family on my dad's side, it was really weird. They lobster is poor man's food. They won't eat it. It's really funny.
That's funny. I think it's absolutely delicious.
Oh yeah, it's not bad to eat, but it's garbage to them. It's like it's fertilizer. You're eating what they would fertilize their lawn with.
Well, yeah, they're bottom feeders, right?
Yeah. So, Roddy, All-American Pro player. So just Rob throwing up comments. Me also. That was sad. I want to play. James Boston screaming hello. So I'm just catching up with the comments here, ladies and gentlemen. Roger, I'm going to keep an eye on that page because I love seeing the old school pics. But yeah, amazing field. Any field owner that tells me I can come play for free, bring my own paint, and use his air and his field, and he's not going to charge me anything, that man is my new best friend.
And that wasn't a special deal for us either. That goes for anybody who brings their own gear and people to play.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I should mention that. That wasn't just some like, oh, you guys are in the tournament, or oh, you have a podcast, or you have a YouTube page, or something like that. No, this guy's like legit. Any player who has their own gear can come play for free.
Yeah.
However, I have to confirm this with him, but from what I understand, is that you're not allowed to play with the rental players, though.
Yeah, I heard that rumor. I'd like to find out what's up with that because it'd be a little interesting. Yeah. It's always fun when you run up with like the rental players. You motivate them to push harder and play harder.
Yeah.
And it makes for a little bit more of a dynamic paintball field.
It does, but at the same time, I can also see where he'd be worried about. Let's say it's a birthday party, right? And maybe the parents that are overseeing the birthday party are, maybe they get miffed that the kids who've never played before are allowed on the field with the guys decked out in their own gear. It's sort of like, I think that's his mentality, is that he needs to keep those birthday parties and bachelor parties coming.
Yeah.
Now a bachelor party or a bachelorette party, you'd probably get away with it. Those people are probably.
But I wonder if he does just straight up walk-on days though.
I have no idea. Should have asked him.
Because I mean.
Yeah. Sorry, I knew.
From a booking mentality, that makes sense.
Yeah. And John's clearing it up. I was like, I know I read Rob's Roddy All-American Pro player, and I was like, why does that make sense to me? It's because the guy played for the All-Americans. So it's pretty neat. Mm-hmm.
Look at John G. He just knows his shit and keeps educating us.
He does, because he's been in the sport almost as long as I've been alive.
That's true, man.
So, Spikes Paintball, amazing field. If you have not played it, you have to give it a try. You have to go to PEI, because 1, it's a great vacation spot. 2, it's an amazing field. And he also played for the Ironman. I seen that picture of him playing for the Ironman. It was awesome. The guy really is like a legend. It's an amazing field. Absolutely amazing field. We're running short on time, so we're going to speed things up just a little bit. Not by a whole lot, but we just got to...
See, this is what happens every time I come on this show. Time just seems to just fly by.
It's almost as if we're having a good time.
I know.
So we're going to quickly transition into... We got to talk with the people who make this thing possible. So every week I try to talk about the sponsors, people who support the page. So obviously we have Ripple Industries, Tactical Gear Equipment, Paintball, RippleInd.ca, RippleInd.ca. The guy has everything and anything to fulfill your MilSim, MagFed, paintball stuff. And he's got the MilSig M5 on his website. It said it was in stock, so if you want it, that's where you can find it. And
that's actually a really good tip, because I know a lot of people are still looking for them, and I hear they're pretty much sold out everywhere.
I'm just saying it's on the website. I don't know if it's actually still in stock. It's just on the website, and it doesn't say out of stock, so
who knows?
I don't know. But he's a great dude.
Hey man, honestly, I think his online store is a pretty hidden gem. Like, I got a bunch of gear for about $100, free shipping.
Right,
like, that is a damn good deal.
Absolutely amazing. Now, Tier 1 Armament. They are the Canadian distributors for MaxTac, CEI, which is Karmatech Engineering, and MCS. No reaction? Nothing?
No reaction.
No? All right, that's fine. They're not a dealer, but they are the people that get this shit into the hands of the dealers in Canada. So you can thank your dealer, but you can also thank Tier 1 for getting that stuff into their hands. Because I know with MCS especially, we're having a hard time getting that stuff in Canada because you had to buy it from the States, and it took forever. And then you get reported by customs, and then you get taxed and levied and blah, blah, blah. These guys just ship it in by the pallet. Like, just hand it out.
Pretty damn good, man.
It's like handing out candy.
And I mean, if you go to Tier 1 Armament's website and you don't see a dealer near you, contact them. They will get you what you want somehow. They don't normally sell to individuals, but if you cannot find if they cannot get you a dealer near you, they will try to get something to you or get you in touch with someone who can sell you that gear.
Right. Absolutely.
And ship it.
Yep. And last but not least, it's not really a sponsorship so much as we're helping them. The Star Wars Operation Katana game, hosted by Seabreeze Paintball, being put on by our boy Guardian. He's the one actually putting it together. This whole is a charity event. It is in support of youth sport engagement. Basically, the idea is that the funds raised for this charity event are used towards vouchers that will be given to players at paintball fields so that they can help the kids play for basically free or nearly free. And they get to experience the sport of paintball, some camaraderie, because honestly, a lot of troubled kids, all they need is to feel like they're part of a team, and it's like flicking a switch. Yep. So you can pre-register at our website, maritimemilsim.com. I think it's $10 to pre-register, and it's August 20th at Seabreeze Paintball. So if you're looking for an excuse to come to Nova Scotia to try some lobster and Alexander Keys and play paintball, this is it. This is the reason to go. So,
and this is a very mag-fed, pump, and limited ammo-friendly game. So if you run a TAC cap, if you run a pump marker, if you run any sort of mag-fed marker that has a limited capacity, this is the event for you.
Yep.
Like, if you want to go to one event where you're guaranteed to not get overshot, this is probably it. Like, this is the most friendly event I've seen all year. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Like, I would hold this one up just nearly as close as I would the old pistol and pump games. Like the Cowboys and Banditos game. That's it. This is like right on that level if you've ever been to one of those games.
Nice. I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Now,
it is. It's going to be such a good time.
So those are the sponsors. So huge shout out to them, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. Now let's move on to some uneducated opinions. I've got 2 videos I want to show. First one is hopefully we'll play. There we go. So first one is the Push Unite Paintball mask. So this mask looks amazing. Here, you know what? I'm gonna play the video again just for anyone who missed it. So, really nice mask. Amazing features. Nice chat. Right, it really is. It's really gorgeous. Rubber ears. So it's actually made so that if you want to, you could possibly get your head down closer to a stock. So they kept that sort of in mind. The chin strap is actually used. It comes with a hard case, a hard shell. The whole mask fits in a hard shell. The chin strap is actually a carrying handle. Right, very cool feature. As well as the chin strap when you're wearing it. It's almost magnetic, but once it touches, it links and it clicks together. So you don't actually have to like fiddle with it. Oops, punch my mic. Under your chin or nothing. As soon as they come close to each other, they just sort of like click together, and it's fantastic. Really nice. That video is actually from A&S Gear. Has a great review. So if you go to A&S Gear's YouTube page, you can see the review on it. Really, really nice. Really well done. I'm seriously considering getting one. The face looks really open. Like the breathing area looks really, really wide. So, you'd probably eat more paint than you normally would. But I'm thinking
I would say so.
But just imagine how easy it is to breathe out of that mask. So.
I'll be honest. I don't like it.
Yeah, whatever.
That's my uneducated opinion. I don't like it.
Your opinion.
I have a long face. If it's not a big mask, I don't like it.
I don't know. I have to get my hands on one to know exactly. I can't really tell.
I've seen like pictures of people wearing them, and it looks probably even smaller than the i4s, if not like right on par with the i4s. I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
Don't like it.
Now, another cool video that doesn't really have any sound, which kind of sucks, but whatever. But basically, it's so this looks, I think. But it's
that is insane.
I love it. And I'm thinking it's probably not that hard to do. I don't know. My opinion is it's probably not hard, but
hey, man, anybody with some modding ingenuity could definitely pull something like that off.
Well, there is sound. Glad to know there's sound, John. Thanks, buddy. I can't hear the sound on my end. Hopefully it wasn't excruciatingly loud. If it was, I'll fix it in post. And really cool. I'd love to see some of these like posted around a field. Can you imagine that? Some field's got those and it's already loaded up with paint. You grab one of those, you just start mowing players down. Mm-hmm.
Especially if you set up like an ambush too. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Put it like hidden on a hill, or maybe even in a gully, and cover it with some camo, so that way, like halfway through a game, unsuspected player is just like, oh, surprise, that direction that you were going is now blocked off.
Being told I'm being drowned out. There we go.
Is it still playing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It was. So, 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
This is what happens when we give Brad technology. Good job, man. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Whatever. Deal with it. I'm not paid to do this. Well, actually, I am paid to do this. Now, last but not least.
Oh, thank God he's gone.
No, I'm back.
You're back already.
Last but not least.
Damn screen delay.
This is something there's not really much of an uneducated opinion needed on because it's just kind of cool. The red, white, and blue Tipex insert by Wasp Industries. It's just, he made it for 4th of July.
Oh, neat.
I can't help, though, but think, like, if it's in your right hand, and it's red, white, and blue, so you're just, right, it's not American. That's the French flag, if it's the other way around. You know what I mean? Like, if it goes to your left hand, it's the French flag. But
yeah, a little bit. I could see that. It almost looks like an ice cream bar.
It kind of does. Makes you want one of those Cyclones. Remember those?
Oh man, I could totally go for a Cyclone.
The Dickie D's used to sell them. Do you have Dickie D?
Oh, Dickie D.
Right.
Yeah, buddy.
If you guys don't know what that is, you're too young.
I wonder if Americans had Dickie D's or if they called them something else. I know they had them, or
I think they just had straight up ice cream, man. Then there's this. I want to show this. Something I didn't know anybody needed, but it's a very cool idea, anyways. Extended T15 mag releases. Apparently, T15 mags had a problem. Some people were complaining that they didn't release properly when they were put into the well. So Wasp Industries was like, we're going to make multicolored ones. Because why the hell not?
Leave it to the modding community to be able to figure out like what's wrong with the product and like completely fix it.
Right.
Like that is awesome.
With 60 cents of filament.
If that.
So, thought that was a kind of a neat thing. Pretty much all I found so far. We've got other stuff. We're going to show some more stuff off next week. We found some more goodies. Dave's back. Good to know Dave's back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Oh, God.
Sorry, my Neocitrin's kicking in.
Getting high on Neocitrin.
Hey, it's almost my bedtime. Leave me alone. I'm getting old, okay?
I'm getting old. Whatever.
Respect your elders, even if it's only like by a month or two.
Yeah, I think that's about what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're winding down now. We're getting to the end of the show.
We're winding down.
We're sitting at just under an hour, give or take. So I think we're going to call it here. But let us know what you thought. What do you think of the schedule on the right-hand side? I want to know what everyone thinks of that. While we've got a few minutes, I want to read it. Just post in the comments. Or send us
bit of fan interaction here at the very end. Maybe that's what you need at the very end. You should add a fan interaction, a quick 5-minute part of the episode dedicated to just people spamming the comments, asking questions, leaving comments, and we just talk.
You just want to talk, guys.
Just want to talk. If you ever just need someone to talk to, the Maritime Milsim podcast is here for you.
Absolutely.
Just want to let you know.
Depending on what the problem is, I'll actually legitimately give you a shoulder to cry on or tell you to grow a pair.
John says we should put on the left.
John, no. No. I don't know why, but I like it on the right. Maybe it's because I'm right-handed.
Maybe.
You can get drunk faster. We could see when you go off track. I'll make a point of getting drunk faster. I just noticed I just looked over at my camera and I realized I'm waving the bottle around like some drunk asshole.
Your face is pretty red.
That's the heat. I'm sweating like crazy.
You damn ginger.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, having it on the left is actually on the right is a better idea. The only reason why I say that is because our eyes read left to right. That's what we're trying to do. So you actually will see yourself first, being the most important subject, onto your guests, onto their show schedule. So you don't want to make the show schedule the highlight of the show.
Right. There we go. That's right, Gigi. You backed me up, buddy. You become that keyboard warrior.
Don't go after the ginger. Ginger fight.
So we've got a handful of people said they like it. All right. John wants it on the left because he's a lefty. I knew there was something about you, John.
What about that spinning logo that you have there? That's pretty neat.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the spinning logo?
How'd you create that? Must have been a lot of work.
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who made it. I can't make shit like that.
Oh, it's easy, man. I'll teach you one day.
Cheers, Dave. Have a good one. And we'll see you. I don't know. I'll probably be back in Ontario before the end of the year at this rate. Jesus.
Not me, man. My traveling is done. Nightmare is done traveling outside of the Maritimes until next summer.
Nice. At least we'll have you back by next summer. We'll have you back out to Ontario.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. We'll see what's on the go. We'll see what's on my work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Things might be keeping me busy, but we'll see.
Busy's not bad, though. Busy's not bad. But
that's true. It's very true.
We won't go into that. Not on the podcast. Cool. That's all I got. So if anybody has any questions or anything, shoot us a message. Tell us. I want to know what you guys thought. If you were shy and you didn't want to put it in the comments, feel free to send us a message directly. I want to know what you guys think of the whole thing in general. What do you think of the schedule on the right, the spinning logo, the smoke in the background, everything? Let us know what you think. If you have any ideas, any ideas that to improve it, what do you want to see? Even categories. Is there something you want added to the schedule permanently? like Nightmare had said, something like at the bottom where we just talk to the
fans, audience. Viewers.
I'm starting to get drunk.
The peoples who watch the show, listen to the show, download the show.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot us a message. Let us know what you think. If you're listening to this in as Behind the Bunker calls it, in rewind, or if you're streaming this or downloading it and listening to the audio only part, I'm going to apologize for the fact that you can't see how amazing this looks. Maybe you should go look at it on Facebook. And
perhaps.
So that's it. That's all we got. So Nightmare, thank you for joining me. As always, it's a pleasure, or at least
always, man.
Act like it is.
Yeah, until we get off air. Then you just curse at me the entire time. I know how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I've done this game before.
Jeff Delaney, you've showed up just in time for me to say we're leaving. It's good to have you here. Thanks for the view.
Make sure you check back in the next 5 minutes when this video is then reposted.
Yeah, exactly. So, and you can watch from the very beginning. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who stuck around and commented and watched most of the show, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. And for anyone who's listening to this through streaming, Google Play, iTunes, however you listen to it, thank you as well. And again, I want comments. I want ideas. I want to know what you think. Just, we might not implement it, but I at least want to know. So, but